Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. I wasn't sure I was going to be here today, but I am. Thank you to those of you who reached out last week and suggested that I record no matter how much I had to talk about or had to show, because as don't do that. You're gonna ruin it. Sorry, canine difficulties. As predicted, I don't have a lot to share. I didn't get a lot done. But I'm here, and Lexi's here to tell you how we're doing. And the answer is stressed, but my notes are on my phone. My phone is recording. So we're gonna see if I can remember everything. It's a short list. This should be short. So we'll see. Hopefully. Of course, we all know how long I can talk about absolutely nothing. Right? She is really interested in that. I will show you in haul what she is totally fixated on. I don't know why she is, because it is not anything remotely ball-shaped, but she really, really is fixated on that. Wow. So anyway, I'll show you a little bit about show you what I got done. For 2 weeks, it is surprisingly little. I actually didn't stitch at all this past week until last night. And the week before that, I didn't stitch very much either. But you know what? It happens. And it's that time of year. I think we're all a little bit frazzled. And me, that's how I am this time of year. I'm gonna be frazzled until after Valentine's Day. I'll just tell you right now, that is the way that my life goes. I struggle with getting things done once the holiday season hits, right? And right up until after Valentine's Day. So anyway, but I have some stuff. I did get some stuff done. So I said no. She actually got off the bed and went around to the other side so she could reach it. I'm putting it there. Stop. 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 Leave it. Good girl. Well, you didn't have to leave the room. I don't know. What? I'm not giving it to you. You can't have it. You've already destroyed the box, so I might as well take it out of the box, but you still can't have it. Okay, anyway. I only worked on 3 projects the last 2 weeks. So we'll go ahead and jump right in, because one of them's actually kind of exciting. So the first one is the Cryptid Sow. And the last time I showed this one to you, it looked like this. And I really didn't get a whole lot done at all. I am still working on Yeti, and I've barely got any done, and you can't really see him very well because he blends into my fabric really well. Hooray for backstitch, right? So here's where I'm at. I've got the frame mostly done for Yeti. Then I'll have to fill in the frame down here, and then I can move on to Ahul, which is the next one. And then Nessie. I have been waiting for Nessie, and as soon as I fall behind, that's when Nessie comes out. Well, who am I kidding? I've been behind the whole time. But as soon as I fall behind my acceptable level of behind, that's when Nessie comes out. Oh well, that's motivation to get further along. So again, here's where I am. Jackalope finished, Yeti in progress. I'm 2 behind. Gonna try to catch up a little bit this week, maybe. More on that when we get to plans. Next up is Deal Struck. And the last time I showed this one to you, here is where I was. And again, not a huge amount of progress. This is probably the one though that I got the most progress done on. And one of the reasons why was I went up to Michigan for the Thanksgiving weekend. And I had talked about I didn't know what project I was going to take. And Sean from Lost in Books, Film, and Floss gave me a really great suggestion. And he was like, just grab a skein of 310 and deal struck. And then you don't have to think about anything, because you're just stitching big blocks of black. True, true. So that's what I did. I took deal struck with me and a skein of 310. Normally I don't have skeins of 310 because I have the Cone of Doom. The mid-size Cone of Doom. But I have some from the Halloween box because I got several skeins of 310 in that. So I took one of those. I took deal struck, and here's where I'm at now. So I finally finished this column, and I'm about halfway done with this column. So I have this half of a column, 2 full columns, and then this is a partial column. And then I'll be done with this page. I am way behind on my goal of 100 stitches a day. At this point, I'm like, I do what I can. So I am slowly but surely making progress on this one. It's not quite the priority that it has been, mostly because stitching hasn't been the priority that it has been. So I'm still working on it. But there's where it's at. Plugging right along. I'm hoping maybe by the end of the year to have this page done. Probably not. It's probably going to be mid-January before I have this page done. But we'll see. And then the last one, where did it go? It's little, so I can't find it. The last one is one I haven't talked about in months. Maybe even not since the mid-year whip parade in July. But anyway, I was feeling very unmotivated, and I was finally like, you know what? I was literally standing in front of my closet, and if you saw my July whip parade, you saw how I store everything on hangers. And I was literally just standing in front of the closet, like flipping through the hangers, looking at all the projects going, I need something to motivate me to actually work. And I came across this one, and I thought, yeah, it's small. I might be able to finish it by the end of the month. I finished it by the end of the weekend. So this is, oh wait, I don't have the model photo. I'll be right back. Okay, we back. So anyway, the one that I chose to work on was one of my hands-on design flamingo ornaments, and it is Flamingo all the way. Let me turn off the light for a second so we can get the glare. Well, ding dong, what are you doing? Scaring yourself, apparently. There we are, Flamingo all the way. And hopefully I will be able to go back through my old floss tubes and actually find the last time I worked on this. And right here, there will be a picture of what it looked like the last time I showed it to you months and months and months ago. We interrupt this to give you a Lexi spin. Oh, we've got a reverse Lexi spin today. Oh, a 2-direction change Lexi spin. Oh, it is a banner day, folks. Another direction change. Get away from that. Boom, 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 boom. And down. Okay, so after that, now, if I found it, here is the picture of what it looked like the last time that I showed it to you. And it is done! Da, 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 da. here we go. I am so excited about this. Yes, it's a tiny little ornament. So what? It's done. I got one more thing done before the end of the year, and it's flamingos. So there we are. Flamingo all the way is done. And let me tell you, I'm really glad I did this one on linen instead of on Aida, because a lot of the back stitching goes into the half square. So I stitched it over two. Some of the back stitching actually goes over one. So I am really glad that I did it on linen rather than on Aida, where I would have had to like actually make my own hole. So there it is. It is done. I doubt that I will FFO it this year, but by next Christmas, I'll have a flamingo ornament for my tree. Yay! Okay, moving on. Plans. If I do as I would like to do, I'll be back to my regularly scheduled priorities, which would be 100 stitches on deal struck, 200 stitches on the cryptid cell, and then spin the wheel for whatever I would work on next. I added the 2 spaces to the wheel where I added non-stitchy project and added older project so that I can just go in and kind of pick something else to work on that I haven't pulled out in a while. One of the reasons I pulled this out was because I knew I was not going to have a lot of progress, so I thought it might be interesting to see one of my older projects. I didn't expect to finish it, but there you go. So I added those 2 spaces to the wheel. That said, and one other thing. For Spooky Magic All Year Round, again, if you're following on Instagram, it's hashtag Spooky Magic All Year Round. This month I spun, and the wheel is, let me turn this off so we don't get the glare again. The wheel chose Autumn Lane Stitcheries, Potions, and Spells, which is one of my favorite projects that I've done hardly anything on. So that's what it looks like. When I say I've done hardly anything on it, I'm not kidding. This is on 16 count Ice Queen by Bee Stitch Me, and here's all the more I've got done. So yeah, I'm not kidding when I say just a little bit done. So that is my Spooky Magic All Year Round project for the month of December. So if the wheel lands on Spooky Magic, that is the one I will be working on. I only got to the point where I spun the wheel one time this past 2 weeks, and it landed on Deal Struck, which is, got it actually further than I could have been otherwise. By the way, I didn't say this. Cryptid Sal is done on 16 count Olympia by Mystic Fabrics. So yeah, plans. That is what I would like to do in a perfect world. In the world I live in during the holidays, I'm going to do whatever will get me stitching. So I may pull out the other 2 flamingo ornaments. I may pull out something completely different. I may start a new project. I'm thinking of bringing my knitting home from work because I haven't been working on it there, so maybe it'll be a night of knitting. I don't know. But my plan is to try to continue to do what I normally do. So yeah, that's it for plans. It's basically, I don't know. And that brings me into haul. And I only have one stitchy thing, but I have a couple other things that I'm going to show off because I'm excited about them. One of them Lexi has been trying to eat, so we'll see if I can pull this out without her noticing. But first up, my stitchy item. My November fabric of the month from Stitch Me arrived, and here it is. It was a color month for me. So this is Frost. It's pretty. I like it. I have so many blues though. So that's all the stitchy haul I have this time. But I have some fun stuff. So the first one is, if you, before I get into these, let me do one quick Flosstube note, and then if you're just here for stitchy stuff, you can go ahead, because that really was the last thing I had for stitchy stuff. Two quick things before I get into my non-stitchy haul. The first one is Flosstube shoutouts. I only have one this week. It's a new Flosstuber alert, and it is the wonderful Steph, who has who slid into my Instagram DMs a while ago, and we've been chatting anime and geeky stuff, has launched a Flosstube, and it is called Total Stitch Show, and the link will be in my show description. And I really enjoyed it. If you like what I do with like the nerdier stuff, she also does a lot of nerdy projects. Hers are oriented a lot more towards gaming than mine are, but also has some anime stuff. She just seems like a lot of fun. I will warn you that she is not afraid of swear words. She talks like I do in real life, but I try to tone it down for my Flosstube videos, because my niece and nephew watch these sometimes. So Aunt Carrie never swears. But so if that bothers you, you might want to give it a miss, but otherwise I found her delightful. And yeah, check it out. And then the other thing I have is a note on my own floss tubing, which kind of blends into a life update. So I'll give you a bit of life update preview now. And that is that my next video is supposed to be recorded on December 19th and then posted on the 19th or the 20th. And I have my brother and sister-in-law that do not live in Michigan are going to be in Michigan that weekend, and are not going to be for Christmas because they work in healthcare and they don't get Christmas off. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to record that weekend, because if the weather is good, I'm going to go up and see them. I am not looking forward to making the drive 2 weekends in a row, but I will do it for my family. But that also means I'm probably going to be pretty exhausted on Sunday night, the 19th, and might not record. And then that's Christmas week, so at that point, I might not have time to record again until, well, if I don't do it, I have a lot of free time around Christmas, so I might just record something on Christmas. I don't know. So if you don't see a video from me for my next regularly scheduled slot on the 19th, I'm probably fine. It's holiday family stuff. So after that, my next video, I believe, is supposed to come out on New Year's Day. January 2nd or something like that. I'm so turned around on the dates. But it is supposed to be that weekend. January 2nd, because of the vacation schedule. Yeah, that's how that goes. So it's going to be a whip parade. Year ending / year beginning whip parade. And so you'll have that to look forward to. All right, so that's all the stitchy stuff. If that's all you're here for, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you next time, whenever that is. Otherwise, stick around. First, my Geeky Haul. If you follow my reading, watching, listening to, I mentioned the fact that a couple of the manga series I like, my library has been really bad about getting new volumes. And so I decided that I was going to buy the volumes, and that means I have to buy the whole thing. And on one of them, Yona of the Dawn, I was having trouble finding the first 3 volumes. This is volume 1, ta-da! If you remember the Barnes & Noble story, this is what I was talking about that they have that I can't find anywhere else. So I have this one. I have volume 2 is on order, but it's not available till June. So I'm wondering if they're reprinting these now. And so I'm debating if I want to go ahead and order volume 3 from Barnes & Noble because it will also be available in June, or if I want to take a chance and just wait and hope that they come available on Amazon and Books A Million and all of the other places, because I'm still mad at Barnes & Noble. More on that later. But I got it. I got volume 1. So, yes, I'm very excited about it. And then, I bought myself a toy. This is what Lexi was going after. I don't know why, but it's because she's got good taste, that's why. I happened to see this. Do you mind? Yeah, she's seeing it again. Look at that. You can't have it. I'm sorry. It's mine. But anyway, I was on Amazon for something else, and on the very front page, they had this, and I was like, I need that. I didn't know I did, but I do. So it is a Funko Pop. It's Good Omens, Crowley. I love Good Omens. It's one of my top 5 favorite books. I really enjoyed the show. The first episode is, if you watch the first episode and weren't impressed, it gets better. The first episode was kind of slow to get in. But I love Good Omens. I also adore David Tennant. We share a birthday. So I had to get him. He's so cute. I love it. And she can't have him. He's mine. Look at it. You're getting lots of bonus Lexi content today. Right? Trouble with a capital T. So, that's my haul. Thank you. That can't taste good. I have makeup on today. I had dance pictures for the holiday show earlier today, so you got makeup, Carrie. It doesn't happen very often. So, life updates, reading, watching, listening to, all that jazz. Well, apparently I'm going to massage my dog. Reading, watching, listening to. I finally finished in time for the end of the month, House of Hades. I had to listen to it on 1.2x speed to make the narrator tolerable. Still don't love him, and he does the next book too, so I'll deal. But I finished it. I liked it. It was decent enough. I really liked the first series better than the second, I think. But it's still interesting. And I'm thinking of trying a couple of his other series later as well. The Magnus Chase series and the Kane Chronicles. So I finished that one. I started and finished the Guest List by Lucy Foley. I almost called it The Hunting Party because that was the first book of hers that I read. And it is the exact same formula. So it's an interesting formula and it's different, but I don't know. It kind of felt a little more tired the second time around. So basically, like, what she does is she starts you out in the now. And a murder has happened. And at that point, you don't even know who's been murdered. They haven't mentioned whose body it is yet. So that's how they start out. And then they flash back like 24 to 48 hours and start introducing you to like 5 different people whose points of view the story is going to be told from. And one of them is the victim and one of them is the murderer. And well, I guess it kind of gives part of it away that in both cases I've listened to, one of them is the murderer, because there are other characters who are not narrators who also have very plausible motives and act very shady. So I probably shouldn't have said that part. So sorry, but one of them is the victim. Just forget I said the second part. But you don't know who yet. And the story is told from these 5 different people, and it alternates between now and then and now and then. So it's almost the end of the book before you actually even know which one is the victim, because they keep building up to that. And I don't know. Like I said, it's an interesting concept. It's kind of a slow burn, but it holds your attention. But the second time around, it kind of felt like been there, done that. And I actually figured out a couple of the twists and partially figured out the murderer before we got to the big reveal. So I don't know. It was a good way to pass the time in the car, which is what I used it for. So, House of Hades, Hunting Party. I started reading Blood of Olympus, but it is now on hiatus because I got the next 2 books in the Vampire Knitting Club became available from the library, and I am almost done already. It's yesterday they became available, and I'm almost done with Diamonds and Daggers, and then Herringbones and Hexes will be next. And I just want they're about 5 or 6 hour listens each, so I wanted to go ahead and get them out of the way. I also finished Lords and Ladies by Terry Pratchett, and so I am waiting for the next book from the library, and that is Men at Arms. So I'm going straight from the witches, who I think are my favorite characters in the Discworld, going straight from them to the Night Watch, which is my second favorite. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's reading. Watching. I sat down and got caught up on Hawkeye last night, so I hadn't watched it at all yet, and so I went back and watched the first 3 episodes, and I really like it. I'm enjoying it a lot. So, yeah, there's that one. That's reading, watching, listening to. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. All right, so life updates. There's not a ton. I'm still looking for a new job. I'm getting very frustrated. At this point, I'm almost ready to just take anything. And like, even if it doesn't pay well, and just to get the move taken care of, because this limbo is what's driving me crazy. Just so I can go ahead and get that taken care of and get on with my life, and I can worry about finding a job that is actually challenging and pays what I'm worth later. And right now I just want to get, like, I don't know, it's just being here and knowing that eventually I'm going there, but not knowing when it's going to happen. I feel like I can't make any plans here, and I can't make any plans there, and yeah, it's frustrating. Anyway, had another adventure. So I went up to Michigan for Thanksgiving, and I had a good time. I mean, it was just quiet. It was me and my dad most of the time. We got my nephews on Friday night into Saturday. Yeah, Friday night into Saturday. And they were supposed to come over for a couple hours and they ended up sleeping over. So good reason not to get any stitching done. But other than that, it was kind of a quiet weekend, except, okay, Saturday afternoon, we were watching, well, my dad was watching. What was I doing? I was playing nanograms or something. I don't know. But my dad was watching the football games. And U of M won. We beat Ohio State. Yes. And so we watched that, and we watched the Michigan State game, and they're getting pelted. Like the Michigan State game, which was in East Lansing, like, I don't know if any of you watched it or not, but they had to shovel the grid lines to be able to see. They were getting that much snow. And I'm looking at the screen and I'm going, I have to drive south through Lansing to get home tomorrow. And across the top of the screen, there are all these winter weather advisories for all these counties. And my dad's like, they're all south of us. I'm like, yes, Dad. And I'm driving south. Well, that's fine because they're all supposed to end at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, okay. I know you're probably right, but. So I get up the next morning and hopefully I can get the picture. Here is what my car looked like. And it was still snowing. And this was about 9 o'clock in the morning, and to get home in the winter, I have to leave about 10 or 11, or else I'm driving much more in the dark than I like to drive, especially in the winter. In the summer, I don't care as much, but in the winter, I don't like driving after dark. Like half this video is just going to be Lexi spin. I guess at least one of us is comfortable. I've completely forgotten where I was. Oh yeah, don't like driving after dark. So my car is coated, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and the snow is still coming down. And I checked the weather and it said it was supposed to keep snowing until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and I guess I should mention also that my family, because my brother's family had several events with the in-laws, we had not had Thanksgiving, and they were having Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock on Sunday, which was supposed to be after I left. So I look at my car, and I'll look at the weather forecast, and I'm like, well, looks like I'm not going to work tomorrow because I'm not driving home today. So I got to spend an extra day in Michigan. I got snowed in. I sent my boss that picture of my car, and she's like, LOL, enjoy being snowed in. I'm like, yeah, I will. So I actually got to have Thanksgiving dinner with my family and came home a day later, but then that threw my entire week off. So that was fun. And then Tuesday is my first day at work, and I get a phone call for those of you who watched my last video and heard about my exciting tour of the medical system here in town with my leg. They had told me, or no, it was 2 videos ago because it's been over a month. My doctor had told me that she wanted me to see my hematologist to see if maybe I needed to be put on a prescription, which, by the way, coincidentally is $480 a month. That's with my insurance. So Tuesday, when I'm trying to get back into work, I get a phone call, and it was my hematologist's office, and they're like, we have an opening tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. You want it? And I'm like, okay, well, so that threw the rest of my week off. But the nice thing was, I forgot how much I love my hematologist. He actually listens to me. So he came in, we had a talk, he looked at my leg. he looked at the test results that my doctor had sent over, and he said I do not have to go on the super expensive prescription. We're gonna try working with compression. I have to wear old lady socks. I have to wear a compression hose on that leg and keep taking my aspirin, and he wants me to get some blood work done after I'm on a temporary course of medication. After I get off that, he wants some blood work done. But good news, doesn't think it's a big deal. So yay. And I think that's about it. I told you I had dance pictures today. And oh, that was another fun thing. So apparently we're getting updated headshots at work. And they told us on Monday that we're getting them tomorrow. My roots are like here. And I knew there was no way I was going to get in to get my hair done before then. So this is what they're going to get. I mean, I'm going to do my makeup probably almost exactly like this. My hair is a mess. Such is life. That's what they're going to get for giving me a week's notice that we're getting pictures done. And that's if I remember tomorrow morning, because everything is harder that early in the morning. I should probably leave myself a note. I have to wear my suit for the headshot, which means basically I'll be wearing it from the waist up. So I put my suit jacket is already in the car, but I put the shell I need to wear under it. Like, I put it right by the stairs so that hopefully as I walk down tomorrow, I'll be like, why is that hanging there? Oh yes, because I have to get my picture taken and I need to wear that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's about it. This week, nothing much. Next week is when it starts. Oh no, this week is kind of a big deal. Dance show Sunday. Yay! Christmas show. And I really don't have a lot more. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Feel free to drop a comment, say hi, give me I don't think I really had anything that I needed advice on this time, but if I did, give me suggestions for whatever that was. You can slide into my Instagram DMs and talk nerdy to me. Whatever you want to do. I'm kind of disjointed today. I decided to sit down and finish the Flamingo and thought I wasn't going to get to recording today. So that's why I'm kind of like, is there anything else I wanted to say? Because it's all on my phone and my phone is over there. So I think that's it. I hope that's it. If not, maybe I'll remember to tell you in 2 weeks. Maybe you'll never know. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great couple of weeks. If I don't see you before then, I hope whatever holiday you celebrate is happy and healthy and safe, and that you're surrounded by people that you like to be around and doing things that you like to do. And I will catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye.